Today I'm going to rebuild an old Purox. Let's see, it is a W201 torch handle and CW202. Yeah, CW202 cutting head. So this has been in the family for a lot of years, so I don't know that it's really worth rebuilding, but for me it has some sentimental value, so I'm going to try to rebuild it. It's easy enough, the first part of it. The O-rings that we have for the torch handle is this one here, W200 O-ring set. And frankly, I have no idea where any of these go. And then here is the rebuild kit for the cutting head itself. This is now ESAB, used to be Union Carbide, I guess. I was able to get these off the internet. They're historical documents. It kind of shows its operating instructions, but it also has a exploded diagram, which is what we're going to use to try to put all these O-rings back in. As you can see, it's got a fair amount of stuff. It's got a spring and everything for the oxygen valve, and it's really pretty complete considering I think this torch is probably late 40s, early 50s, maybe? I don't know. So we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see. So here is that's the oxygen valve right there. You can see it's carboned up, so something's been burning in there. Alright, so let's see here. Maybe we should do... Actually, I'm thinking the O-ring, so this attaches to here. This goes into the bottom of the cutting head. So I'm thinking this O-ring set for this thing. That's my guess. And I've previously replaced those just with an O-ring kit from the hardware store or auto parts store. And I think they're a little bit too big. Let me get some tools to pull this apart. And you have to be very careful. It's got some flat bladed picks that aren't very sharp. I do have some pointy ones, so you've got to be careful with those that you don't cut your new O-ring. For the old one, obviously, it doesn't really matter, but it might if you need to resize or locate a new O-ring. You might not want to tear the old one up. Let's get the rest of this stuff out of the way. Man, that one's hard to get in there. I think you can take this apart if you got really industrious. I don't think I'm going to, but I think you can. Apparently I've replaced this one with a green automotive air conditioning compressor O-ring, which are 134 approved. Alright, there we go. Got that out. I got some silicone grease here. I'm going to actually lube this O-ring before I put it in. You don't want to use petroleum on these O-rings because oxygen going through there can be very bad. Make a fire with almost no heat. So you don't want to do that. So this is a silicone lubricant. You just want to make these things shiny. You don't want enough that it's causing, it's globular. You just want it to make it kind of slippery in your hand. Okay, got that one in. Sure hope that's where these go. Don't really have any idea. Shoot, got it. Look at that. Okay, so that's in. Okay. I'm going to put that on there just to keep those protected while we do the rest of this. I see the big fat O-rings. I'm pretty sure that's where that one goes. Although, the mixer I think is in there. Maybe. Maybe I should take that apart. Let's hold off just a little bit. See. See, that doesn't look like this applies to this torch at all. Unless, oh, it's a new tip end. Sweet. Tell you what, let's spring out of there. Looks like we got a new spring. A new light. Yeah, it looks like the spring goes in, then the stem, then the seat. So it should go on like that. There's the seat on there. And there's an O-ring here. Okay. Oh yeah, change camera angles, try to get a better view of that. Here are the O-rings we took out of the torch handle. I'm going to go ahead and toss those because I can get more of those if I need to. They weren't the right ones anyway. Okay, so working on this. This is the oxygen valve cutting handle. Should be a seat here, and then an O-ring here. So look in here. What we can do is pull this O-ring off. And again, if you're going to reuse these, don't use these sharp picks. This torch isn't working for me anyway, so. Okay. Ah, I see what's going on here now. Okay, so we got some O-rings here, small ones. We got 2 small ones in there, 3 small ones in the package. So we'll take that one out. It's the inside one. Oh man, these are hard as can be. It's stuck on there pretty good too. Okay, outside. And it looks like that's it. Okay. Clean the junk out of there. The junk off the outside of this thing. Okay, there's that. Let's see if we can compile a new setup here with these O-rings we have. There's the new push button. Spring, teeny tiny O-ring. Thinking it's this one. Like I said, we've got 3 of them. Actually, let's just take all these out. I do see a good seat. Okay, so we got 3 little O-rings to choose from. It's either that one, or that one. I think it's going to be that middle one. I think that one is it. Okay, put that over there, put these back in the pile. And then we need one to match this one, which I think is actually that one. It's the closest one I see. Anyway. Okay. Go for that one. And then we need this seat. I think that'll do it, which I'm thinking the seat is that one. So that, I think, is going to make up our new oxygen valve. Let's see if we can tease away this old seat. I'm sure this is the problem. This thing is chewed up. Hard as a rock. Yep, it just split. Okay, there's the old seat. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing back together. A little bit of the silicone, sorry. Any chemists out there getting on me? That fits pretty good. I do say so myself. Just reinforcing bad behavior. If I got this figured out, I can figure out anything. I'll have a TV apart in no time. Okay, that goes on like so. That goes there. And then a little bit of the silicone. Again, you just want it shiny. You don't want a bunch of globby on there. That's just going to interfere with everything working, attract dust and everything else. Okay, little one on. O-ring shiny enough. Okay. Shoot, that looks pretty good. One brand new. Push button. Sweet. Look at that. You almost think it would need a seat on this side, but I guess not. Because who cares if it flows back there? It's just going to get blocked by that O-ring. Okay. Spring seems to work either direction. It's not bigger on one end or the other that I can tell. Don't want to fit back in there though. Fell out of there. Oh, no, it didn't. It fell out of here. Nah, yeah. Doesn't go in that hole. It goes in that hole. This idiot. Okay. Take a look down in there, see if there's anything else that needs to go in there. I don't think there is. Nope, I'm going to try to scrape that out a little bit. Trying to get any carbon out of there that I can so that that seat has a place to seal against. And you probably should, soak this in something, but again, I don't know what I'm doing, so we're just gonna clean it as best we can and put it back together. That looks pretty good down in there. pretty decent. Okay. So, spring on there. This is a spanner wrench to put it back together, which of course I don't have. So, be using my favorite trick, drill bits. Feels like it works. Okay, 1/8" holes in there. And I've either I use a lot of 1/8" drill bits or I break them a lot using them for things they're not supposed to be used for. Not sure which one of those. Okay. Shoot. That feels pretty good. Okay, we'll snug that up here in a little bit. All right, on to... all those parts are old. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't the right O-ring. That looks more righter than the one we used. Crap. Yeah, that's the one. We're going to take that apart. That's identical. All right, so... that sucks. I think we didn't get too far down the road. Okay, take that bad boy off. A little bit of goo. Okay. Oh yeah. Much better fit. That probably would have leaked and I would have thought I did something wrong. Which I did, but I'd never know what it was. Okay, there's the mixer. Wonder if you just pull that out. Let me see if you can see this. So this is the mixer that I thought was down in over here in this thing. You can't see that. I thought it was in here, but it looks like it's actually sitting right there. And I don't see any holes for a spanner wrench. I see 2 holes for the oxygen. 1 hole in the middle for the acetylene. I think that's the way it goes anyway. Mixer. Don't see any screws or anything. Thing doesn't look threaded. Looks like it has an O-ring. 2 O-rings. Both small, but one's 5/32 ID and the other's 1/8, so that's probably these 2 here. And that goes on somewhere on this mixer. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see it now. Oh shoot, look at that. Ha! That worked good. Okay. Clean this dirty thing off. And then there's our 2 O-rings, 1 there, 1 back there, and we've got 2 that match. Shoot, that worked good. So I think how this works is acetylene comes in the middle. Oxygen flows in from the outside from your bypass valve. And then it's mixed and heads out to the torch head from there. I think that's how it works. Okay, let's pull these O-rings. They're square O-rings now, so I am sure that this is all adding to our problems of poor torch performance. It only lasted 70 years or something, 80 years. And knowing my in-laws, I don't think it was ever cleaned. Oh good, stabbed myself, sweet. Carburetor cleaner really makes it enjoyable. All right. That pretty well cleaned up. All right, grease these up. Okay. You're probably saying, how has he only cut himself one time? Using these sharp bits for, I don't know, just talented. Just talented. Okay, that moves freely. Okay, on to big O-ring. Shoot, I'm running out of stuff to replace. See, all these O-rings are as square as can be. They're so old. Okay. Alright, now looking at this diagram, I've replaced that one, all of those, that one. Oh, you know what? I think these two O-rings are for the torch handle that we already replaced. One in here, I think. That's what these two might most resemble. Maybe this last one. Where does that one go? No, we did that one. That one, and that one. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe there's other O-rings in here somewhere. Well, I better pull those off. This is going to be tricky because I don't want to tear those up. I'm willing to bet that outside one. So here's my new set of O-rings. The extra set. Those are the same. But I bet that's the one. It's supposedly 1/2 inch inside diameter. I'll grab it. Yeah. So that's the 1/2 inch. The big one is the 1/2 inch. Question is, how big was the one we put on there? Oh, that size. Okay, so we got to take them both off. Okay, and again, I have an extra set, so if I tear them up, it's not the end of the world. They were $2. I'd like to not do that, but what are you going to do? Okay, got the one. I think we're going to ditch this one. I think this one's going to get trashed. Just don't see a way in getting this one out that doesn't tear it up. Yeah, and it seems small back there, as in I can't hardly engage it with the dental pick, let alone touching the body of the torch handle. Okay, we're going to set these aside over here. It's a bigger one than that one, right? Right. Okay, grease them up. What I've been doing is sticking this down in one of those spanner wrench holes. It's actually air bypass holes, I guess. Using that to kind of pry this thing around. Yeah, that looks a lot better. You can't really see it in there, I'm sure, but it sticks up just a touch around that ridge so that it looks like it'll engage the torch head a little bit better, or the torch handle. Yeah, that's way better. That's way better. I like that a lot better. Okay, so O-ring, O-ring. So all we have left is this one. And I can't find an O-ring that matches that, because we've done this one, O-ring, 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 O-ring. That's all I see. Put this back together. That O-ring's going to go in there. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. So, what we have left, there's an O-ring on this. No? Doesn't seem to be anything. It says the valve stem. Let's see here. It says you got to do this kind of as a unit. But, honestly, all there is to it on this one is just that surface there, which looks pretty decent. I don't feel any ridge in it. Maybe a tiny bit of one, but this is just the bypass, so if it turns off, we're good, I think. And then this looks like it might have had an O-ring or something at one time. But it looks like they want you to replace this valve assembly as a whole piece, not really mess with it. So it's the same ones apparently that are used down here for the on-off for the gas. So what we're going to do is just clean this up, put it back in. Yeah, it does look like something was in there, doesn't it? Some sort of sealant or O-ring or something. I think that'd be more of a seat than an O-ring, but it certainly looks to be some sort of rubber residue. Let's see if either of these fit. Nope. Nope. Okay, so it's nothing we have left of, anything we have left. Maybe, looks like there's like a Teflon seat in there. Maybe you just tighten that down. Okay, so you thread that thing closed, then you can get this nut on, then you back this off a little bit so that you don't cram it down into the seat. Tighten it up. Like I said, it's probably like a gland where it's going to make that harder to turn too. It is, yeah, so you gotta loosen it to where it's movable. There we go, that's easy. There, that's probably pretty good. Okay, so we've got to tighten this up, tighten that up, and then we've got to take this out. Let's see, I have to run over to the vise real quick to tighten this up. Be right back. I saw something else I didn't realize when I was doing all this. This is a lock nut, so thread that in there and then just jam this up against there, whatever orientation you need. So just wanted to show you that. The mixer came out on the whatever that thing's called, adapter. That's what they call that. All right, I'm going to jam this all together. Okay, now we're going to take the nozzle off. I'm going to try by loosening it first. There we go. Turn it the right way, that helps. Nozzle. New bushing. Get that, man. Keep thinking I'm going to find that other O-ring. So we got these two and this one left over. Although these are part of this. So, kind of wondering if I want to dig in any more. Try to find out where those went. I don't think I do. Now's a good time also to check your nozzle, see if it's got any obstructions in it. I'm willing to bet this one does. Again, just because of its age. And I've got a nozzle cleaner over there. Although it doesn't look that bad. Anyway, so that's how you do it. We're done. There's a complete Purox CW20, I forget all the time, CW202 cutting head and a W201 torch handle. There you go. Hope it helps. Can't imagine anybody ever needing this information, but here it is.